Whispers in the fog. Detective Evelyn Graves hated fog. It clung to the quiet town of Ravenshore like a lingering ghost, suffocating the cobblestone streets and muffling the sound of footsteps. Tonight, the mist was thick enough to swallow a man whole. That was exactly what had happened to Gregory Langley. His body was found at dawn, sprawled across the rocky shore beneath the Ravenshore cliffs, the crashing waves nearly claiming him. A knife wound marred his throat, a clean, precise cut. No sign of a struggle. The medical examiner estimated he had died between midnight and 2 a.m. Evelyn stared at the lifeless eyes of the man she once knew. Gregory had been an author, famous for his true crime novels. He had an uncanny ability to dig up secrets, and perhaps that had finally cost him his life. In a town as small as Ravenshore, everyone knew everyone's business, and everyone had a reason to resent Gregory Langley. Margaret Langley, his estranged wife, who had been fighting him for a divorce settlement. Daniel Foster, a local politician whose shady dealings Gregory had been investigating. Amelia Shaw, the owner of the town's only bookstore, whose past Gregory had exposed in one of his books. Richard Calloway, his longtime friend and literary agent, who stood to gain financially from Gregory's death. Each had secrets, each had motives, but only one had taken a knife to Gregory's throat. Evelyn began with Margaret Langley. The woman was composed, too composed. "I was at home all night," she said, her blue eyes cold. "We hadn't spoken in months." Yet a receipt in her trash bin revealed she had purchased a train ticket, one that would have placed her back in Ravenshore hours before Gregory's murder. Daniel Foster was next. He smirked when Evelyn questioned him. "Do you think I'd be so careless?" he scoffed. His alibi, however, was shaky. Witnesses placed him at the town pub, but no one saw him after midnight. Amelia Shaw refused to speak at first. "I've already said enough," she whispered. Gregory had exposed her in a book, revealing a secret from her past that had nearly destroyed her. "I hated him," she admitted, "but I didn't kill him." Then there was Richard Calloway. He was cooperative, even offering Evelyn a cup of tea. But there was something in his demeanor, a nervous energy. A financial report found in his briefcase revealed a troubling truth. He had been in serious debt. Gregory's death would mean a payout from life insurance, not to mention a sudden spike in book sales. It was a detail in the autopsy report that caught Evelyn's attention. The wound was surgical, precise, not the work of an amateur. She revisited the crime scene and noticed something. Footprints leading from the cliffside. Small, deliberate steps, the kind taken by someone who knew exactly what they were doing. She called Amelia Shaw back in for questioning. "You worked in medicine before opening the bookstore, didn't you?" Amelia paled. "That was a long time ago," she murmured. "You knew how to cut deep, but with precision," Evelyn continued. "And you hated Gregory for ruining your life." Amelia's silence stretched unbearably. Then, with a trembling voice, she whispered, "He wasn't supposed to die." Tears welled in Amelia's eyes as she recounted the night of the murder. She had met Gregory on the cliffs, desperate to make him retract his latest book, a book that contained more than just old secrets. "It wasn't only about me," she said. "Gregory had uncovered something bigger, something that would have destroyed more than just my reputation." But Gregory had refused to listen. In a fit of rage, Amelia had lashed out. The knife in her hand meant only to threaten him, yet in one swift motion, the deed was done. Evelyn placed a hand on Amelia's shoulder. "Secrets have a way of surfacing," she murmured, no matter how deeply buried. As Amelia was led away in handcuffs, the mist began to lift, revealing the town of Ravenshore once more. But for Evelyn Graves, the whispers in the fog would never truly be silent.